Those who did good will rise to life. Jesus says in today's gospel, those who did good will rise to life. My dear brothers and sisters, recently I was addressing a group of people and I asked a question to them. And one of the participants answered this. He said, the question was, who are the best people among the Christians? I asked them, the bishop, priest, religious, nuns, sisters, lay people, who? And this man said, the one who often go to church and worship are the best people. My dear brothers and sisters, this thought is not mine, it is of Pope. Of late there had been a video circulated where Pope asked this question. Who are the best people among the Catholics? And he says, not the bishops, not the priest, not the religious, not even the laity. He says, those who serve others are the best people. And we, my dear brothers and sisters, may think that because we go to church on a regular basis, we may be the best people. No. Because we go to church and we worship God, and that's only one side of our life. The other side of our life is as you worship the Lord through the Eucharist or other liturgical services, the worship that we offer to God has to lead us into service, the service of your neighbor, service in your society, service to the environment and to the creation at large. So our worship alone is not enough. But if your worship is true worship, then that very worship will lead you into service. I remember someone had written long back, he says, when you receive Christ through the communion in the Eucharist, that Jesus who has come into your heart will open the gates of your heart for the other. And that's how you will reach out for the others. And if after communion, if you don't reach out to others, all our worship is useless. Because the one whom you have received is a God who came from heaven, not to be served, but to serve. And that's exactly his message for us during the Lent. I came not to be served, but to serve. And Jesus, he went to that extreme where he washed the feet of his disciples, he kissed their feet, and at the end, he died for us to save us. That extreme Jesus went. So my dear brothers and sisters, our Catholicism, our Christianity, if it is only one-sided of worshipping God and that worship does not lead us to service, then the worship has a problem. It will be just a ritual thing that we will be doing, and there is no meaning, because worship leads to service. And that's why in today's gospel the Lord said, those who did good will rise to life. And so for Christians, we have no option. Service has to be our trademark. During the Lent, the three things that we do, one is fasting, praying, and almsgiving. Very often our concentration is of course on fasting and definitely on prayers, but almsgiving looks to be not very important. And perhaps we might give some alms from our little savings here and there. But that is not enough. That just to remind you that during the Lent that we have some aspect called service. We need to be generous in reaching out to others. That's why Even the charity covers the multitude of sin. And so our service, our good deeds, our good behaviors has to come from our heart. Rather, it has to be generated from God Himself. And God is all charity. And therefore, we eat that all charity. That's God. Jesus, we eat in the communion. And therefore, there is charity being pushed into us. And that charity we have to perform with others. So, my dear brothers and sisters, the word of today is that those who did good will rise to life. Let us take this word seriously. And by doing good works, let us attain the eternal life. Worship leads to service.